When I was a kid, I wanted to have a farm. It has a lot to do with children's books when I was growing up. Harriet, which a lot of people may know, was a vet that practiced way back when, and I read a lot of his children's books, and I wanted to have a farm because I wanted to be like him. I wanted to produce for myself, grow for myself, and for my family. My name's Emily Harding, and this is Daisy Hollow Farm. I've had this farm about 6 years, though I've been on the property for about 16 years. I went to Cornell and got my undergrad degree in natural resources, and then I continued on at Cornell and got my master's degree in wildlife sciences. While I was getting my graduate degree at Cornell, I actually did a lot of landscaping for people on the side. So I did that for a really long time, and my focus kind of switched, and I wanted to sort of restart my life. So I started shifting that over to how do I produce less waste, because landscaping is a lot of waste, but how do I continue to teach people? And so what I did as a landscaper, I sort of brought into what I do now. It all started with a bar of soap and what can I grow in my gardens that I can put into my soaps. So I started beehives, and people started liking my soaps and coming out to my studio, and people asked, hey, can we go look at your bunnies? They're cute. So I started taking people up and around to see my animals, and it kind of grew from there. We built the country store here, started building more accessible pens for public to come to, making the whole farm more accessible with walkways and paths. And then I started increasing my vegetable garden yields to be more than just for the household. And the more that I increased, then the more that I could sell, the more that I could make. So I have quite a variety of products, produce from the gardens, meats that we raise here on the farm, eggs from the chickens, and then I have a whole skincare line, soaps, lotions, lip balms, deodorants, bug sprays, and a lot of that is made with products that I grow right here on my farm. I think it's really important that people know where food comes from and they know what they're putting into their body. When I sit down to a meal and it's potatoes that I grew from my own garden and pork that I spent all summer raising, and I knew how hard it was to get that meal on the table. It's a feeling of knowing you have the ability to produce for yourself and to know that people find your products and what you're growing to be what they want to give their families. So you're really like growing and passing along to people. What started to me as a way to raise my children naturally and teach them where our food comes from has evolved into teaching our community. I have a lot of the high schoolers that go to Dryden come here and help me on the farm. We have field trips come from all the local schools. And I also go to the local schools and I bring a lot of my traveling farm animals. I grew up in Long Island, so I have people that come up from Long Island to visit the farm, to send their kids to my summer camp. So community to me means everything. Seeing the young kids' faces light up when there's a birth on the farm and they get to hold a baby, or when the kids are gathering raspberries and they say, I've never picked my own fruit before. Or the first time a child milks a cow, having the kids say to me, this is the best day of my life. It's absolutely amazing. And my dream of having a farm when I was a kid is happening right now.